I didn't know when he was going to do it. I didn't know when he was going to show up. I was fearful of going out. At first, I thought that I was there, like, willingly, right? And then the locks on the doors kind of proved otherwise. The fact that I wasn't able to go to the bathroom or go outside or go to the store by myself. He had to be with me at all times. I was kept in this room, in this big farmhouse, and I was only allowed to leave if he came with me. If he had a John come in, and he would stay outside the room. We ended up leaving Ontario and going to a different province, and the behaviors continued there for a little while, but in a different way, because there it's legal to have sex for money. I wasn't receiving the money. He was taking the money. I was fearful of him in the beginning, and I thought maybe I can beat him at his own game. Maybe I can trick him out of being around him. Maybe if I behave and I do what he says I'm supposed to do. Then it switched to the feelings of being afraid of him, being fearful of him, being fearful of what he was making me do, being fearful of the men that were coming around me, that I was being forced to have relations with. That changed to me being afraid of being without him. He would tell me that I was damaged, nobody would want me because I was a whore for what I did. And that's not fair, because I didn't do those things because I wanted to do them. I did them because I was made to do them. I think ultimately it was through my daughter telling my parents, and then I knew, okay, well, they know now. And the fact that it was happening around my children, seeing the damage that it's caused because of the long-term effects of this, and through the interaction that I had with one police officer who was very patient with me, didn't treat me the way that I'm depicted in my criminal record, through compassion by that person. It felt easier to continue in addiction, to continue avoiding the problem, but then I would go to where my kids are and I see what it's done to them, and I know what it's done to me, and I don't have the heart. I started talking about it to the police. I've talked about it. I talk about it frequently now through therapy. I think that I'm at the point in my healing where this is what I have to do for closure for that portion of my journey through life. Closure for me is being at peace with it by forgiving myself, because I've carried a lot of shame and guilt for a long time for things that weren't my fault. I think that the interactions that we have with police, oftentimes it's perceived as though we're coming off as aggressive. We have had men do things to us, so we are not so willing or easily trusting of men. Be careful how you approach them. Don't be aggressive with them. Have patience. Try to be mindful and aware of everything that's going on. And I know that officers are to do that. They need to be aware of everything as it is, but I think, don't just bring that person's name up in the computer and CPIC and be like, okay, they have this, 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 and this on the record, so they're no good, and this is how we need to approach them. People in rural areas are not educated on this. They don't think that it happens there. They think that it is only contained in cities, and that's very incorrect. There's a lot of needless suffering that goes on with people's ignorance to human trafficking.